Hi guys, welcome to my first tutorial video slash my first YouTube video. My name is Star Beauty Glam, aka Star Glam. So let's get right on into the look. I started to prep my model's skin. I used the micellar water and the wipes to clean her face, and now I'm moisturizing. I'm using the Omari Code moisturizer, and I went ahead to moisturize underneath her eyes first because that's the driest part of her face. And I went in to moisturize again with the Ember Release moisturizer. It also serves as a primer, so it's a moisturizer and a primer. So guys, you have to make sure that you blend this in very well so that it doesn't leave any white cast on her face. You have to take your time. So this is the finished look after blending in that moisturizer. As you can see, her face is shiny, it's glowy. And I went ahead to prime with my Rimmel primer. I'm priming the T-zones, the bridge of her nose, her forehead, her brows, and underneath her chin. So I like to use my hands to just apply this so that it can blend well and sink into her skin, basically. And then I went ahead to apply my foundation, the V Beauty foundation. I'll be using 2 shades, which I'm spreading thoroughly with my brush. I like to use my brush first to spread in the foundation, just so that you can have this airbrush finish look. So I'm just going to keep doing that. And guys, make sure you apply a reasonable amount of foundation on your client's face. So I went ahead to spray with the Omari Code Skin Mist, the dewy spray. I sprayed her face and I decided to blend, or I started to blend it. So guys, make sure that you start blending one part or one side first before going to the other side, and take your time because blending is key in makeup. You have to take your time in blending. Don't rush the blending. I'm so sorry that I made this video a little bit fast. I'm trying not to make this YouTube video a long one. So I kept on blending, taking my time, but this is just very fast right now. I blended everywhere on her skin, making sure that the foundation can sit in well, and making sure that there are no harsh lines or there are no parts that are not blended well. So guys, you have to literally take your time to blend in your foundation so it can sit well on your client's skin. Then I went ahead to apply my contour with the Ezekiel, the darkest shade that I have. Then I also blended in with my brush first because I don't like a too dark contour or maybe a harsh contour. And I went on to blend in with my beauty blender just to give me that airbrushy finish, guys. So this is what I usually do. I don't want to have my contour being dark. And I went ahead to apply blush with these 2 shades, orange and pepper, from Adventure Cosmetics. I started using the pepper first, and I went in with orange. I'm also going to use my brush to blend that in, just so that the blush is not too much or it's not too harsh. And then I go into blending with my beauty blender also, because I want an airbrush finish on my model's face. So guys, blending is key. Just make sure you blend well, and also make sure you take your time. I'm just trying to be fast here because of the time. Then I went ahead to highlight with my concealer. I used Ezekiel and the New Band. The New Band is like a shade very, very close to her shade, and the Ezekiel is 2 shades lighter. So I just like to do that just because I don't want to use Ezekiel alone, because I don't want her under eyes to be too bright. I also applied the New Band on the forehead, at the tip of the forehead, so I can blend in seamlessly. So guys, I start blending in from the outer corner to the inner corner under her eyes. And my XX concealers, I also blend that to her smile lines, just in case. I don't want her to have smile lines after the makeup. So guys, just don't forget that your blending is key. Take your time to blend. One side has been blended perfectly. Then I went ahead to set my concealer with my New Band setting powder. I used the shade of caramel. I like using a brush to set my under eyes because it's easier for me. So guys, make sure that as you're taking off the product, you have to also dust off excess from the brush before applying it underneath our eyes, which I'm doing here in this video. So guys, you're applying the setting powder underneath our eyes and all the parts that you applied the concealer for your highlight. So you're going to apply it underneath our eyes, the bridge of our nose, her forehead, and her chin. This is the finished result, basically. I'm applying it on her chin. I'm applying it on her smile lines also, because I'm trying to cover up just in case she has smile lines. So guys, just take your time to blend that into her skin. So I'm going to go ahead to powder the whole face. I'm using this Letiso Cosmetics powder palette, the darkest shade, to powder up her whole skin. So guys, please make sure that you pattern your application and not swiping. So I'm also patterning my application on her skin. And guys, make sure you cover up every part that looks oily on her face. That is the job of your powder, because you don't want her to look oily. So guys, I'm just going to keep applying the powder all over her face. It takes time, but just make sure you pat in and make sure that you're blending that in also. So I also used a lighter shade on my Lexus Cosmetics powder palette to brighten her under eyes because I wanted a brighter under eyes. Guys, you have to make sure that you blend this in. You have to make sure you take your time, because if you don't blend it properly, it's going to give you this hashy kind of look. So I took my time. I applied my blush and my contour off camera, and I took my time to just blend that setting powder in, or that powder basically. Then I went ahead to bake and apply my eyeshadow. I'm using this Blossom palette, this African Blossom palette, to apply my shimmer eyeshadow. I'm using my hands because I find it easy to use my hands to blend it in properly and to apply my shimmers. So guys, this is me just applying my glitter or pigment glue on the eyeshadow. I'm using the NYX pigment glue. I'm using this Elsa diamond on the shimmer eyeshadow that I applied earlier. I'm just going to apply the pigment. Guys, I'm patting in my application, not swiping, so that it can, come out well. I also use this Lotta pigment in Sebastian. It's a bit darker than the Elsa, so I use it at the tip of the shimmer eyeshadow or on the Elsa pigment, just to give it this monochromatic look. Then I applied the under eyeliner. Guys, so you have to make sure that your client is looking up, and you have to be very careful so she doesn't tear up. I also use this MK pigment on the inner corner of her eyeshadow. So here I'm applying the lipstick. I'm blending in the lipsticks, and now I'm going ahead to blend in the setting powder I used to bake her face. So guys, you can do this by applying a powder shade on the brush and just blending it in. I'm not swiping off the baking powder. I am just blending it into her skin, and I'm taking my time to actually blend that in so it doesn't give me any harsh lines on her face. Then I went ahead to spray. After the whole blending, I sprayed her face, and then I applied mascara underneath her eyes. I fixed the lashes off camera, guys, I'm so sorry. So I applied the mascara underneath her lower lashes, or on her lower lashes basically, just to give it this beautiful look that it does. And I sprayed again after applying my gloss, so that I can set in the whole thing, so that the makeup can sit in well. And this is the final look, guys, of my model. We finished the makeup. She looks pretty. Skin is skinning. The makeup is giving a nude but glam. It's giving soft but glam. This is the final look, guys. We're going for your bride. So please subscribe so I can make more videos. Thank you. Bye.